Hey, it's me, WWE Hall of Famer from the LOD, Road Warrior Animal. And who are you?
Yeah, I gotta do this when? Now? I'm watching a match. What is now? Now is, oh, now. Yeah, thanks. Hey, this is the Pharaoh from Monty and the Pharaoh. I just want to say thank you to our subscribers as we now have hit the 10,000 plateau. Thank you to all our subscribers out there. But I'm going to ask our subscribers to take the next step for us and become a full-fledged YouTube Monty and the Pharaoh member. Yes, that's right, folks. You can check it out. We've got 3 different levels. There's free shirts. There's free autographs. There's all sorts of perks for our members. There is nothing more we enjoy than giving you this program. And to do that, we need your support, and we appreciate your support. This is Jimmy Pharaoh, and don't forget to check out Monty and the Pharaoh every Thursday from Indie Music TV and on Cablevision here locally in New York. Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monty and the Pharaoh. Later. Is that good enough for you? Can I finish this? Lesnar's killing him. I'm pissed.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monty and the Pharaoh, produced out of Indie Music TV here out of Ronkonkoma, Long Island. At the board is our super producer, Matthew Ice. Matthew, how are you?
Still very tired.
Yeah, well, you should be. We're doing a 3-interview day here, and
Yes,
to
sir.
remind fans, we are still suspended off our YouTube channel due to the comments of Missy Hyatt, WCW legend, and thank you, Missy, for that. We appreciate that very much. Matty, thoughts on the last interview? DC Drake, Damian Kane, what'd you think?
Very in character.
Yes.
Okay.
Very
okay.
in character.
You don't see too many of those, though, here, right?
No.
That
it
was
was
purely in
less
character.
less of the interview than I would normally see.
Yeah, right.
But definitely saw like an actual wrestling star in here.
Doing his thing.
Doing his thing.
As
yeah.
if he was on TV.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
So definitely cool to see the different experience. Yeah.
That was different.
You never know what you can get on Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. To the right is the star of the show, Jimmy Farrow. Jimmy, how are you, bud?
I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing fabulous. Matt, is that good? Is that good? I'm doing fantastic.
Sorry.
So the moment has arrived, Jimmy.
The moment. What?
The moment has
What
arrived.
moment has arrived?
You've been
Don't, you better
shaking in your boots for the last couple of weeks,
yeah.
a couple of months, knowing what was coming up. And
Yeah.
this legend is now in studio, returning for a second time.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get into this legend,
Yeah.
Abdullah The Butcher, probably one of the greatest pro wrestling legends ever.
Oh yeah.
Everybody knows who Abdullah The Butcher is.
Faux show.
Human remains found inside a 500-pound alligator.
What?
How common are alligator attacks, buddy? They found a
What?
60-year-old man's body in a 500-pound alligator.
The
What do you
whole
think?
body?
Well,
he
I guess
ate-
it was decomposed a
He
little
ate
bit.
the whole thing?
It sounds like it.
Where do you get these stories, Mr. Monty?
Well, these are
This
factual
is what
stories.
we start off with. A 500-pound alligator ate a 60-year-old man. Pharaoh, any comments?
Yeah.
Did he belch after?
First of all,
I don't know what to say about this.
I think the more interesting question is, how do you get caught by an alligator? Like, how do you even get
Oh,
close
that's
enough
easy.
to get Caught by an alligator.
That's easy. I mean, was this down in Florida, I'm assuming, or something?
Officials from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and Louisiana, that's no surprise,
That's easy,
Department
too.
of Wildlife and Fisheries recently captured an alligator
Yeah.
around a neighborhood not far from a 71-year-old, sorry, it wasn't 65, it was 71, Timothy Satterley Sr. went missing August 3rd.
Okay.
And they found him
Okay.
inside the body of an alligator.
Oh, it's easy if you're in the Louisiana swamps and you think you're going to stop for a bath. What, are you kidding me? You can't even see what's in front of you when you're standing in that kind of water. It's easy to get
You've been
consumed.
to Louisiana?
Have I been to? I've been down south. I know what it gets like down there. That's not some place you go for a dip.
Bro, I lived there for 2 years. 2 years
Yeah.
when I was in the military.
And you didn't get eaten. What's the secret, Mike? Tell us. How come you didn't get eaten?
The secret in Louisiana is to hide.
to
Because
hide.
if the alligators don't get you, the police will.
Oh,
That's
boy,
for sure.
Oh, boy.
You can't do anything down there without getting arrested for walking down a street
Wow,
around
do you
there.
have a story? Oh, well, tell me the story off the air. I'm not sure I want to get suspended again. All right,
Louisiana's
next.
I hope no one in the studio is from Louisiana. I'm not trying to be insulting. I'm just trying to be truthful.
Oy.
Louisiana put this country back about
Would you
50
stop?
years.
Oh, my
Up,
God. that's
suspended again. The coronavirus death tolls approaching the 1918 flu pandemic. Well, you can talk about coronavirus. I know it got us in trouble before, but it's like I'm just telling you that it's approaching probably one of the worst pandemics in 1918. We're almost there.
Yeah.
The death count is there.
Okay. What do you want me to say about that? I'm afraid to say anything after they won't let us say anything about it. I think that they should listen to whatever the WHO says. Just listen to whatever they say. Can we stay on the air now? Is that okay? Was that acceptable for
Good
you,
job.
You principals at home that are grading my paper? Anyway,
There you
I
go.
can't anymore.
There you go.
We can't freedom of speech. We don't have freedom of anything anymore. Next.
That's right. Our
Next.
own Jimmy Farrell, along with his partner Bart Griggs, make up the band Wisteria Hall. Wisteria
Yep.
Hall sings the theme song for Monty and the Pharaoh. You could hear their music.
CC Ryder?
No.
That's not the theme song?
No, but
Oh.
you know what? Maybe someone will sing that for us when we get out of commercial break. You can catch their songs in My Dreams, This Life, Not Far Behind, Here Comes the Rain, and find their music on the Wisteria Hall YouTube page. Thumbs up and a like, and hope that you don't get suspended off that channel.
We don't give medical
Spotify,
advice.
Apple Music, Reverb Nation. Monty and the Pharaoh could be seen on the Monty and the Pharaoh YouTube page when we're not suspended. The Monty and the
Can't be
Pharaoh
seen at all
Facebook
right now.
Live page. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Anchor, Twitch TV, Monty and the Pharaoh page. If you live in New York, catch us on channel 115 every Tuesday from 7 p.m. to 7:30, which they have changed our time slot beginning October from 9:30 to 10 o'clock prime time due to the ratings. And on Saturday, early risers, channel 115, 6 a.m. to 6:30, and channel 20 for you late nighters, 2 a.m. That's on Friday to 2:30.
Whiskey time.
We will be back with the legendary, the Hall of Famer, one of the greatest pro wrestlers in the history of this great industry. I really don't even have to tell you his name, but we will because he's on the show. Abdullah the Butcher.
Be right back.
Hi, it's John from Under the Table Hot Sauce. I'm here with my friend, the star of the show, Jimmy Farrow.
Yeah, what's up, JB?
Nah, nothing.
It's been a hot summer, and for all your barbecue needs, you can go to underthetablehotsauce.com. 13 unique flavors to choose from, created and bottled in a Long Island kitchen. Underthetablehotsauce.com. Let's go chow, JB.
Let's do it.
All the flavor, twice the burn. M&J Video Games and Collectibles. Sport and non-sport cards, wrestling items, autographed items. We buy, sell, and trade. M&J Video Games and Collectibles, located at 1049 Queen Street, Southington, Connecticut. Call us at 1-860-479-9223 or 860-93-GAMES. M&J Video Games and Collectibles.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monty the Pharaoh, only seen here out of Indie Music TV in Ronkonkoma, New York.
And
And we want to thank our special guest for joining us in studio, Mr. Abdullah the Butcher. Abdullah the Butcher.
Yeah.
Round 2, sir.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Can I talk now?
It's your time. Now it's your time.
You guys are talking about what? I came here to, when you had the other place,
Yep.
Yeah.
and it was guys, they had a hat on. I got a hat on. I'm so damn embarrassed. I'm gonna throw it on the ground. The sunglasses they got on.
Wait a minute.
Throw that on the
Wait
ground.
a minute.
And they're talking about free speech.
He's scary looking.
I'm 80 years old. I'm still waiting for my free speech. Now, what are you going to say about that?
You got it now. Go for
Then
it.
they got a bottle of, I don't know if it's
Go ahead.
wine or
Say
what.
it. Pronounce it. It's good fucking wine. Say
Yeah,
it. It's right there.
Yeah, it's good wine. But when I came in, these guys were standing up there like idiots, drinking it. That's why they got the sunglasses on, so you can't see their eyes. These guys are on something heavy. I don't know what the hell it is, but they're on something heavy.
But enough about us. Why don't you talk about us for a while, Abdullah? There you go.
You want me to try it?
So Abdullah,
Yeah.
actually, as being a guest, you get a free bottle of GFW wine. That's part of the deal.
Yeah.
That
You
is
guys
part
want
of the
me to
deal.
act like you?
No.
And-
No.
Alcoholics.
Maybe.
Under the table hot sauce.
What?
Oh, you take hot sauce?
Absolutely. You like hot sauce?
I know you've been on something.
Well, hot sauce and wine will get you going.
You could,
No, you're kidding me.
you could pour it in your opponent's eyes under the table.
So Abdullah,
hot sauce.
before we get to it, you've been brought in by super agent Eric Sims.
Where
Oh,
is he? Where?
So,
oh.
before we went
Where's
on
he
air,
crying?
Sonny Beach, who's a friend of the show, he's a former WWF and UWF wrestler.
Yeah.
He's personally invited, after you're done with Comac Wrestling Universe, that you please join him at Rob Key's. But we all know that Eric Sims is pretty much known to put
Skip
you up
out
in,
on a bill.
well, he puts you in the Days Inn, right? And he's probably going to bring you to either Ruby Tuesdays or Hooters.
Look, let
Checkers.
me tell you something about this guy.
Oh boy.
I'm tired.
Oh.
First he comes up, he says, Abdullah, don't tell nobody but I'm doing this. He says, with my name on it. Advertise the name. I said, what are you talking about? He says, I said, you haven't paid me for the last, picture, please. He says, no, I'll take care of you. This is what you said. He might take me to a McDonald's or someplace like that and a cheeseburger or something. You know what I mean?
What about Harold's Deli in New Jersey? Do you like Harold's Deli in New
What?
Jersey?
Delis.
Harold's Deli.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember that? Mitch
Yes.
Seinfeld out there said, hey, do you remember the days when you used to work with him at Harold and used to go eat at Harold's Deli?
I think there's an Italian guy who owns that, isn't it?
No, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Huh?
You don't like Italians, man.
I
Last time
love
you were in
Italians.
studio.
What are you talking about?
Are you sure?
What are you talking about? I don't like you. What are you
well,
talking
we
about?
know this. You
Yeah,
established
I
that
don't like you.
last year.
Yeah.
Why don't you like me? What did I do wrong?
You try to be like me. You got sunglasses on. You got a hat on your head. And the guy sitting next to you,
Oh, here we go.
he's got a hat on and sunglasses. I mean, if I want some hot sauce, I got this little thing here, the skirt you're with. If I want to put some in my mouth and chew that.
Do you know what's a shame? Your whole gimmick, your whole career, you're this fantastic wrestler, but you would not know the great mic skills that you have because of your character. Do you miss that maybe you should have had more mic action?
Interesting.
If I would have had more mic,
Interesting.
the way that people have been taking me left and right. oh, boy. I feel like sitting here crying. But I can't cry no more. It's all gone. And when I come here and look at you guys,
You want to cry
I
some
said,
more?
holy shit. That guy let me cry.
Well, it makes you feel better, doesn't it? You're like, I
Yeah.
could have been those guys, right?
That's right.
I agree.
Right.
I
Hey,
agree.
wait a minute.
See, life's not that bad. You could always be us.
That's right.
That's
Wait
right.
a second.
See, Abdullah, life's a gift.
And when I come back next time, are you going to have a bigger place or a smaller place?
Well, as
Probably
long as
bigger.
we keep getting legends like you in here, we'll probably move into even a bigger stadium.
my money.
Yeah, give him his money.
I told you I sent it to Eric
Give
Sims,
me my money.
4,000.
That's
I'll
what
go
I
on
wanted,
record
my
right
money.
now.
Please, my money.
What? You what? Wait a second. Hold on. Give me half of his money. What do you mean you get? Never mind. Next.
You want to give me a bottle of wine and some hot sauce.
Yeah. It's a McDonald's.
So what I'm going to do is bend over and pour the hot sauce down on my ass and make me scream more.
Well,
Huh?
If it
And I'm
works.
scared
You
to
always
drink
were a
them.
masochist. I got to tell you. So that should be right up your
So
alley.
let me ask you
no?
something, right? You're this legend. You've been doing this forever. What makes you go back out on the road? Why? Like,
Yeah.
why don't you just want to stay at home and chill out?
It's a long story.
Okay.
Well, if you're on air. You got all the time in the world here, brother.
My roof's caving in. My driveway's coming up.
What?
When I leave here, I gotta go there with my wheelchair and cut the grass.
You cut the grass in the wheelchair?
Yeah. I
I'm trying-
went and asked Simmons. I said, Simmons, can you please send a couple of guys down there for me? He said, yeah. I'll let you know. I'll call you. My phone don't even ring no more. Because
And then he sends you two guys, and they look like us, right?
yeah,
It's not good.
that's it.
That's not good. That's trouble. That's trouble. That's not good.
The
Oh
only
my
thing I
dear
want is this. Please, somebody help me. Please, give me my money from last time, so I can pay somebody to cut my grass. You understand? And fix my roof. Please.
Okay. How's the flag on your mailbox? Is that broken too?
It's
like
broke.
you can't.
It's gone. Somebody took the mailbox. Somebody took the mailbox.
I can see the trolls right now. Ask them about an armbar in 1972. You guys are all goofing off.
That's right.
This is terrible, Abdullah. How do we get serious with you? Where do we start?
My check.
Give him his fucking check already. We need the answers about the armbar in 1972.
You know what? That is probably the best answer I ever heard.
Greatest.
Question asked, how do we get serious? And you said, give me my
Yeah,
check.
give him his
That's
check. Did you
pretty
pay him in
damn good.
advance?
That's
I
pretty
mean,
good.
what
That's
is
great
going
stuff.
on here? Oh, you want to kick this thing off? Where the hell are we at this point? Please help me.
On a serious note, right?
Oh, great.
You've got all these fans that love you still, all you've done for the industry. How does it feel personally for you to be recognized as one of the greatest pro wrestlers in the history of the
Sir,
sport?
I can't hear you. Speak up, will you please?
All right, so we'll go again. So, being that you're one of the greatest pro wrestlers in the history of pro wrestling,
Yeah.
and these fans continue to come and want to see you and take pictures with you and spend time, how does it feel personally to be one of the most recognized and influential characters in pro wrestling history?
What makes me feel good? It's kind of hard to say, but when I come in here and you want to give me some hot sauce and a bottle of wine and never send me my damn check, and you want me to come here and beg for you guys to give me some hot sauce and a bottle of wine, and got the nerve to say, when you leave, we'll give you a bottle and the hot sauce. Just give me my money. That's all I want.
So it's great pride you feel about
Yeah.
your career.
You guys think that I'm
Overall.
the sugar. I'm not.
Dude, did this check bounce like a basketball? What the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, that's it.
Seriously, part of my French. What's
I've
that
been
French?
ripped off all
Might
my
have been
life.
Spanish.
Please help me.
Well, last show
I'll
you
call you
made.
guys my brothers.
You haven't made fun of my hat yet, so we're
That's
making
weird.
progress
I
with
hate
each
that
other.
damn hat. I hated it last time. I hate it. I hate the way you laugh. You got a little fat. Your
Stop
stomach's
making
big.
me laugh. You won't hate it so
Yeah,
much.
That's it. I just want to
This
check.
is just
a check.
unbelievable. It's unbelievable. No, seriously, Abby, though, seriously. You are one of the all-time greats. There must be some sense of accomplishment. You know, how do you feel about it over the years? Are you surprised people still want to listen to the great Abdullah the Butcher? Because they do.
Yeah, but you guys are trying to bury me by bringing me in here, and giving me a bottle of hot sauce and some wine.
I'm taking these off the table so he
Please
thinks of
do it,
something
please.
else. Wait a minute. I'm not going to take the hot sauce off the
See?
table. How you doing there, bud? Let's put this over here. What do you? Are you really going to ask him how the whole career starts next? Are you going to try?
We're going to try a question.
Okay.
I think it's going to succeed. You can try.
Give me the best possible answer.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
What makes Abdullah the Butcher become a professional wrestler?
Well, I was doing karate. I'm a grandmaster, 7th degree. And there was a guy by the name of Jack Britton who was a promoter. He had a son named Gino Brito. And I was at the Windsor Arena teaching karate. He came in there and said, "Hey, you look good. how would you like to be a wrestler? I said, whatever. So he picked me up the next day, took me over to Detroit, and I went to his gym, and I was in there training and stuff like that. Bert Ruby came in there and says, oh, he's a natural, right? And from that day on, I've been in the business.
Do you love the business? Did you love the business, or was it just a way of making money?
I loved the business, but I got shafted too many times. You know, just like coming here, I get shafted all the time.
Would you say that I'm we're the Vince McMahon of broadcasting?
You guys are worse.
We're worse than Vince.
You're worse.
Wow. And he's going to go to Rockies later with us?
It's tough.
He's going to take one cut of that steak. You're going to change your tune, brother, because that ain't no checkers like Sims is going to throw your way.
I know it.
I'm telling you.
So Abdullah, you've been around a long time, as we have, and we all get older.
We do.
You see some of your brothers passing,
You know
actually
what?
at alarming rates. I mean, does that affect you personally?
Who was that?
Like, Bobby Eaton we lost recently, Dominic DeNucci. The list is pretty long, and I mean, this is your, I'm not saying you were close to Dominic DeNucci. I don't know.
I was.
You were.
In Montreal.
Okay. So,
He was the first man who ever picked me up over his head
What?
and slammed me.
DeNucci?
Yeah, Dominic DeNucci.
Wow.
Yes.
He had that kind of strength back in the day?
Wow, that's great.
That's pretty cool.
He was a great man. When I say great, he was a great wrestler, and we got along fine. But when it came into the ring, it was different.
And how does that affect you, though, watching these people pass? Does it become sometimes a little too difficult, like, dealing with that sort of pain?
Well, you got to realize a lot of people talk about me, but I'm not gone yet. And I come here to look at you guys. Before I leave here, I want my check. I want my check from you guys. Yep. I want my check because I'm not going to take a bottle of hot sauce and
It's
that
really
bottle
good.
of
What are
wine.
you talking about?
This hot sauce is the best hot sauce out there. In fact, I recommend anyone go to underthetablehotsauce.com and order a bottle.
I'll take that to my grave with me. A bottle of hot sauce would keep me hot.
It'll keep you hot.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you won't have a better bottle of hot sauce. I'm going to guarantee that right now. I promise you that.
Abdullah, who was your favorite manager? You've had some great managers over the years. Gary Hart, Paul Jones, Grand Wizard, J.J. Dillon, Damian Kane. That sounds familiar. Did you just have him in the studio?
Sure. Yeah.
Larry Sharp, Oliver Humperdinck. Did you have a favorite manager? If you could pick one, who would you most want in your corner?
Well, I'm going to say this. They were all great managers. And they had another one who just died. His name was Deepak from Montreal.
Okay.
He died. And but all Eddie Creechman, who was from Montreal, you understand? He died. They were all great managers, and that was it.
Did you ever want to speak for yourself?
Pardon?
Did you ever want to speak for yourself? Have mic time, just you?
I just wanted to speak for my money. That's why they told me don't talk.
Interesting.
That's what it was.
Okay.
I used to go over here, Yakashita Momotololo, but I didn't know how to say money then. But see, now since that I got a few checks out, and I keep trying to get it, you guys are telling me something different. Telling me about hot sauce, wine, and you want to take me to a restaurant. I'll pay my own food. Just give me my money.
That seems fair.
Well, with that, we're going to take a quick commercial break where we return with WWE Hall of Famer and overall pro wrestling legend, Abdullah the Butcher.
If he gets his check. See you in a sec.
But do me a favor first.
What?
Bring Sims on for a minute, please.
Oh, at the end, he'll be on.
Oh, well,
Thank you.
You got
you'll
it.
get him.
You'll get him.
We'll
Thank
see you in a
you.
sec, folks. The Monty and the Pharaoh Show is brought to you by...
Because wine is your second favorite four-letter word. California wine, New York attitude. Good fucking wine.
Yeah. That's right, folks. Canine Corral
For all your dog daycare and overnight care, call 631-549-1544. That's 631-549-1544.
Jimmy, I gotta take a dump.
What?
No, I mean I need a dumpster.
Well, for all those needs, you need to call Big V Dumpster Rental, Long Island, New York, 631-900-DUMP.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestler broadcast, Monte DeFaro, seen only here out of Indie Music TV in Ronkonkoma, Long Island, where we have pro wrestling legend and WWE Hall of Famer, Mr. Abdul the Butcher. What? He's right there.
He's right there.
He's right there.
#1 pro wrestling, Long Island. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Abdullah, we're not going to talk about the Bruiser Brody murders. We don't really care
I
at
love
this moment.
Bruiser Brody. I wish he was here.
I want to ask you the question is, tell us about Bruiser Brody the person. Tell us what Bruiser Brody meant to Abdullah the Butcher.
Me and Brody worked many times. Bruiser Brody was a great man. If he would have been here, me and Brody would have been making more money because we were planning on opening up a territory. And that was it. But he was a great guy, very great. I wrestled him in Japan. I wrestled him in Israel. I wrestled him all over.
Did you ever have like personal conversations with him about your families and about life? Or...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
What would you guys talk about?
Well, we talked about everything that I can't say on TV, but we talked about a lot of stuff. You understand? About the business, how to bring it up, how to get the people up there, how to bring the people out.
Yeah.
That's how we done it.
You know, you two would have been one of the greatest programs ever in
right.
Vince McMahon's company. Why did we never see you two
They
in
were
Vince
scared
McMahon?
of us.
Afraid?
They were
Just
scared.
just afraid to
See,
work with you guys out of reputation,
I
or
was supposed to go into New York. Hulk Hogan asked me to wrestle him in New York.
Hogan?
Hogan. I wrestled him many times in Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, it'd just be me and you wrestling. I said, okay. He said, I'm going to talk to the old man. He went there and talked to him. He says, I want to bring Abdullah in here to work with him.
What year? Can I ask what year this was? I'm
Oh, that
curious.
was a long time ago.
80s, late 80s, when he was doing his Hulkamania thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they got there. He says, I want to bring in Abdullah. He told it to the old man. The old man said, okay, let me think on it. He asked a few guys, and the guy says, he's going to come in and start stabbing guys with the forks and this and that and this. And it was cut off.
They were afraid to work with you.
Yeah, that was it.
What a shame, because you and Hogan would have made $2 billion on this East Coast, I'll tell you that.
We would have made so much money. It was unbelievable. It was like when I wrestled Andre the Giant in Puerto Rico. We sold everything out back to back. Me and Hogan in Tokyo, we sold out for a week. So,
What kind of person was Andre the Giant? What kind of relationship did you have with Andre?
he was a great man. He always used to tell jokes and stuff like that. But he is a funny guy. But I liked him. I made money with him, and that was it. But if I would have hit New York with him and all this here stuff, it would have been,
I mean, if you and Brody both would have gotten up here during that time, forget about it.
Shit.
Could you hold your own with partying with Andre? Did you ever go out for a round of beers? Because from what I heard, he could put down 101 night. Did you ever,
No.
Okay. You knew better.
Just until I came here and I seen this bottle of wine on the thing. See? That's it.
That's it.
I keep staring at it and said, maybe I should have took it.
This is Andre's shot glass. You realize
I know
that.
it.
This is his shot glass for Andre. My
So
God.
you've worked with many promoters in Japan, obviously in the NWA Georgia area, Mid-South. Can you tell us maybe your thoughts on Jim Crockett and maybe some of the other promoters that you worked with?
Well, Jim Crockett brought me into Charlotte, and but the most promoter who I liked, and he was like a father to me, and that was Stu Hart in Calgary, Alberta.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
And every time I have time, I always mention Stu Hart. Because whatever he told me that I was going to get, I got it. Jim Barnett called Stu Hart and said, Stu, I would like to have Abdullah to come to Australia. Stu Hart called me and said, any other promoter would not tell you this. He said, but he wants you there. But he said, make sure you come back.
Gotcha.
Right? And I went there, and I came back to Stu Hart after.
Did you ever go to the Hart house and break bread with them at the house and meet the rest of the family?
I told Stu Hart when I went there, they told me about he's going to take you down there and stretch you. So what I done, I said, Stu, I would like to wrestle you. Stu says, Ab, you're a good person, and I don't want to stretch you. And I says, and I don't want to beat you up either with bottles and these chairs what you got in the basement. He says, so we'll just stay friendly.
Oh, that's pretty funny, man. Oh my God.
Oddly enough, you're to me from back in the day, you're more well known for Japan and Puerto Rico. I find it interesting. Was Canada your favorite place to go?
Montreal, we sold everything out. Young, the first time I went into Montreal, everything was dead. I came in, Ivan Koloff, remember Ivan Koloff?
Sure.
Ivan Koloff was in there, and we went in there and we popped it. The people started coming and coming because we were different, you see? And that was it.
Were you pleased when you were put in Vince's Hall of Fame? Because you mentioned Ivan Koloff, and you know he's not. Somehow he's not in Vince's Hall of Fame. Do you take it as an honor when Vince selected you, or are you just like...
No.
Okay.
Listen, I jumped up and I mentioned Koloff. Why isn't he in the Hall of Fame?
Makes
he
no
drew a lot
sense.
of money there.
Makes no
You
sense.
understand?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of guys who are not in the Hall of Fame. How did I get into the Hall of Fame? Because they had to bring me in because the people were asking for me. See? That's it.
Were you surprised that he selected you? I mean, you never really worked with Junior.
Sir, you do one thing. You go someplace, you do what you have to do, and get the hell out.
Right.
And that was
Right.
it.
Did his check bounce, or were you able to clear that check from Vince when you...
I don't want to say nothing, but I was shocked. I was shocked. I got the check, but I was shocked.
Wow, got to eat at a diner that night, huh?
Well,
Not bad.
I think you
Not
were a
bad.
little surprised though what the pay was, right? Maybe.
I'm not going to say that.
Okay. All right.
You know. The only thing what I'm going to say is that I would like to get my money from you guys
Good luck. I mean, okay.
before I leave here. That's all.
Wow, our reputation's getting.
I don't know what's going on here.
I
I
have
mean,
no
I was
idea.
very nice to the man. What did you do, Mike?
I don't know,
This
man.
is terrible. Eric, explanation, please. Hey, all right, I gotta ask you. You know, we have talked about wrestlers passing on and stuff. Recently, New Jack passed away.
Yeah.
And it's been documented, of course, that New Jack and you weren't exactly going to be running out to get hotcakes and sausage together. There we go with food again. Any
What
thoughts?
happened?
Any thoughts on New Jack his passing away?
I mean, did you have a good relationship with New Jack, or was it?
I knew New Jack. You understand?
Yeah.
I only seen him every so often when I was passing through, but I never worked with him. You see, and that was it.
There was no bad blood because New Jack didn't seem to be so thrilled with Abdullah the Butcher. I'm
Sir,
just
let me
curious.
tell you, everybody talks about Abdullah the Butcher,
Right,
and I don't care.
right.
If somebody dies, the first thing I say, I'm sorry to hear
Right.
that they pass. I ain't got time to knock nobody.
Right.
You understand? And that's
Right.
it.
Fair enough.
No, that's a
Fair enough.
that's a legitimate and a good answer, right? It's good karma, and you know.
That's it. A lot of it's just like I tell a lot of people, we got to stop all this, excuse my language, this bullshit.
Right.
We got to start working together.
Stop with the negativity.
Yeah. It's like all this here stuff that's going on now. We got to stop it. Where are we going to end up?
Nowhere good if we
That's
keep it
it.
up. Yeah, agreed.
Go ahead, sir. Talk. Don't go.
No, I want to. What are your feelings of what's going on in the United States right now, presently?
Oy.
What's Abdullah the Butcher's thoughts on what's happening to this country between the civil unrest, the disease, the poverty? I mean, what are your thoughts?
Well, number one, I'm going to say this. I don't know what the hell's going on, but the main part about it, a long time ago, if you had a cold, right, you coughed. This stuff that's going on, I don't know. And a lot of people ask me that, and I says, what can I tell you? Only they know. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. A lot of doctors say certain things, and that's it. See?
Do you think society in itself has changed to the worse as you get older and you see what's going on?
Say that again.
Do you think society and the people that are living on this planet, whether it be in the United States or Afghanistan or wherever, do you think society in a whole has lost its morals and has turned for the worse?
I don't want to comment on that.
Okay, that's
It's
fair
just-
enough.
It's too dangerous.
I understand.
Just as long as his check turns for the better.
I understand.
Yeah.
So,
How does it make you feel that fans, I'm going to ask the question again because you kind of joked your way out of it last time, and I really want your honest opinion,
Okay.
that they want to see you and they care about you so much and they love wrestling so much, but they kind of lose focus on real life and hide themselves in the world of professional wrestling, right? You're a character, you're an actor, you're an
Right.
athlete, you're this whole bunch of great stuff.
I'm an entertainer.
That, yes, sir, better word to use. Thank you.
All right.
But my point to you is, I understand, I'm assuming you love the fans, but do you feel society does not remain focused on the important things that are going on, like the 13 U.S. service members who lost their lives because of our inaccuracy to get them out of that country or get that country cleared at the right time? And we're more focused on the entertainer, the new wrestling organization, and whatever else is going on.
Well, I'm gonna say this here, and I'm not gonna say nothing else. You got to clean up everything, and that's it. You know what I mean? If you don't clean something up, like the military, they go over there, they fight, they come back, and when they come back, they got no legs, they got no arms, and stuff like that. I feel sorry for these guys who have to go overseas and die or come back with no legs and this and that. I feel sorry for them, and that's it. But whose fault is it? It's the guy who sends them over there.
It's a great point.
That's it. Who sends them over? I don't send them over.
So fair to say, if I could answer the question for you, is that we have a lot of work to do in this world, in this country, because it's just not heading the right way.
Well, we got a lot of work to do to clean up. We have to clean up. Everything is time. If we don't clean up something, where are we going? I don't care what you got. If we don't clean up, everything's going to go down.
they always cleaned up after his matches. A couple of mops in a bucket.
You're older, we're older. Society changes.
Hey.
Was it different back in the 70s? Did you feel society was different? Was it better? Was it worse? Again, we're not the same age, but
Everything has changed.
yes.
You understand? Everything has changed. So what are you going to say? How can you change it? You understand? Every time you turn around, somebody's killing somebody. Somebody's doing this or taking a little kid or doing this here. We got to clean it up. If you don't clean it up, where are you going to be? And that's it.
How did your not to lighten the load a little bit here, but how did your gimmick come into existence? What made you decide to become Abdullah the Butcher? You could have called yourself so many different things. You could have presented. This was just right for you. How did the evolving of Abdullah the Butcher come into fruition?
I went to Vancouver, and I wrestled in Seattle, Washington. And they had a promoter there. His name was, anyways, it'll come back to me. And I went there to wrestle, and the building was sold out. Mm-hmm. And I wrestled Don Leo Jonathan.
Don Leo Jonathan, okay.
And they said, I went out there, bam, 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 I done my little stuff, and I caused a riot, right? And the promoter ran down there real fast and said, tell Abdullah to get DQ'd or something, right? And that's what I done. So when I got back to Vancouver, Rod Fenton was there. He says, oh, I heard that you tore the place down, right? And I says, well, you know. He says, we got to get you a manager. And that's when they got, they got, I can't think of his name, but it'll come to me. But
they brought you a mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways,
okay.
He said, we got to do one thing. Jack Britton had me down for Zealous, the great Zealous Amera. He says...
That doesn't roll off the tongue the way Abdullah the Butcher, but
right.
Go on.
So he says, we got a lot of Indians down here in Vancouver.
Okay.
He says, we'll call you Abdullah. Then when Rod Fenton seen me wrestle, he said, damn, we got to put Butcher, because he likes to butcher people. Abdullah the Butcher, right? But now what I say all the time when they say, they mention my name, I said, well, my name is Abdullah the Butcher. Real name, Larry Shreve, from Windsor, Ontario. That's it.
And with that, we'll be back with this pro wrestling legend, this Hall of Famer, this overall incredible human being, Abdullah the Butcher. You need a body shop? You need engine repair? Auto Excellence, Collision Specialists, 631-261-6420. That's 631-261-6420. Auto Excellence.
And APB, American Protection Bureau, voted #1 best on Long Island for all your security needs. Call 631-390-9050. That's 631-390-9050. APB.
Jimmy, I gotta take a dump. What? No, I mean I need a dumpster.
Well, for all those needs, you need to call Big V Dumpster Rental, Long Island, New York, 631-900-DUMP.
In the mood for a freshly roasted cup of coffee? www.offtherailscoffeeroasters.com. You want to star in your own success? Call QuickCast. www.quickcast.com. 866-7-CAST-NOW. That's 866-7-CAST-NOW. QuickCast.
Star in your own success.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monty and the Pharaoh, only seen here out of Indie Music TV in Ronkonkoma, New York, where we have the honor to be graced for a second time with the great Abdullah the Butcher.
Abby, you were hardcore before hardcore.
Right.
I'm just wondering, as your gimmick was becoming worldwide famous and you were clearly top tier main event, did you get any? Just asking. I'm curious. Did you get any resentment from the pure wrestlers, the technical ones? Oddly enough, you're connected to the Hart family, but did you take any crap from some of the technical people, like this gimmick is not what pro wrestling is, or he's ruining? Did you get any heat for what you were building, the legacy you were building, from the technical guys?
I wrestled Luthez
Technical guy.
in Vancouver, and he was coming in. The place was sold out, and the boy says, Luthez is going to kick your ass. He's going to
Really,
whip your ass like it's going out of style, because he don't like people like you, right?
Okay.
A gimmick man.
That's what I'm getting at.
So
Okay.
I said, well, whatever he's got to do, right? So when all the other guys went out to watch the wrestling, here comes Luthez. Abdullah, we got a packed house out there. Don't listen to those sons of bitches, what they've been saying about me, right? And we went out there, we tore the house down, we came back again, sold it out again, blah, 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 whatever. And he was the one who took me to Israel, you see? And me and Brody, we went over there to Israel, we wrestled in the same building for about a week, you understand? But Luthez, after that, we were like a friend.
Yeah.
Because when last time I seen his wife said, Abdullah, that's one thing he always talked about you, right? And I said, I always did like him, but you hear stories, you know.
But you know, as we mentioned before, you worked in Puerto Rico, other places. Were you ever concerned for your life? You know, you were also a very hated heel. And did you ever feel like someone was going to kill you?
You were
or attempt to kill you?
creating real heat. They really were trying to go bonkers on you
they
after
were-
matches.
When I first went there, Eddie Creechman was my manager. We went there. And Eddie Creechman says, let me say something. I never seen a Puerto Rican before, but every time I go to New York, I see these rats running around. And I figured that was a Puerto Rican, right?
Oh, boy.
He said, I'm coming to Puerto Rico. But he didn't go to Puerto Rico. I went to Puerto Rico.
He
Right.
lets you go deal with it.
And they used to throw rocks, and, you know, in paper cups and stuff.
Rocks?
A lot of times I was, you know, hit with the rocks or whatever.
Oh my God.
But then the fans got to like me, and I like the Puerto Rican people there, and they always calling me on my page or whatever. But I liked it. I never worried. You understand? And that's it.
Was Brody your favorite opponent all time? If you could pick one guy that you'd like to work with the most in the ring, I mean, did you have a favorite opponent in your career?
Oh, we did. That's all me and Brody done.
That's you and
we worked
Brody?
together. Yeah,
Nice.
we worked together.
Now, did he work as stiff as people claim that they worked?
He wasn't stiff with me.
Not at all.
No. You see?
Was it always that way, or did you work into that sort of working
No,
relationship?
That was it.
Interesting.
Really?
Okay.
You know, business is a business.
You guys softly carved each other with forks. Okay.
Pardon? Sir.
I don't. No, wait. I was kidding. No, wait. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I have a full bottle of wine here. I'll just drink it before he kills me. Good night, folks.
Got the fork.
I told you he was going to bring the fork. This is why I wasn't. There he goes. It's over, Matt. Get a close up. It's over for me. I'm being served.
Once
for
you
dinner
get that
tonight.
fork, you're in trouble.
Little did Sonny tell me I'm the main course at Ropke's later on. That's great. Pharaoh on a roll.
So, Abdullah,
That's awesome.
we're going to do something called the Pharaoh's Final Question, where Jimmy Farrow will reach into his mind and ask you any sort of question, whatever comes to his mind, and then we're going to ask you to answer that question before we get you out
But
of here.
let me say something to you.
Sure.
Certainly.
I'm tired of you guys talking about Simmons.
Simmons. Gene Simmons from Kiss or Eric Sims?
Yeah.
He's supposed to come in here. I
I
asked him
get
to come
tired
in
of you
here.
guys talking about him.
Where is he?
He's a good promoter.
Is he good?
Yeah, he's a hell of a promoter.
Will you be saying that
It's
when he
you
brings...
guys. are no good. You guys are no good.
We just brought a guy that's going to bring you to one of the finest dining establishments
Yeah.
on the island.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not going to be eating no checkers. Pull up to the Red Square. What are you talking about? We're going to have you go to a beautiful restaurant in scenic Northport.
Before Sims comes in here, why don't you hit him with the Pharaoh's final
I'll try
question?
to. I'm not hitting him at all. He's going to wind up hitting me. But the final question I'd like to throw your way: why did Abdullah the Butcher never become world champion in the NWA or AWA or WWE? Was the belt important to you? I know you didn't need it. So, but did you ever want a world title?
No, because they wouldn't give it to me, number one.
Why wouldn't they give it to you?
Of
Just
my style.
not your style.
I had the world's title in Japan.
Okay.
I had titles.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. I was just curious as to why we never saw you, at least in the NWA of all places. You should have at least once. Just wasn't your thing. It was never. You were never approached about it.
No.
Oh man.
No.
I think that's a missed opportunity there, Mike.
Yeah.
So
Been great.
you're on your way. Is there a message you want to send to the people or your fans out there that
I thought you guys were bringing in Simmons.
you're supposed to come in here? I can't see. Just like he's supposed to pay you, he doesn't even show up to come in here.
Where's Simmons?
I think he's in there with Rob.
Calling him
I think he's
Simmons.
in around
I'm waiting for
Rob
Paul
Ed.
Stanley to come prancing in, Stan. Wait, hold on. Hey, Eric! Does that work? If
Carry
that doesn't work, nothing's
carry a
gonna work.
conversation for him so I can
Carry
Here he
a
is, here he is.
conversation.
Listen, let me tell
See,
you
it
something.
did work. Here, there you go, right
listen,
there. Thank you
Go
for
there,
answering.
Miami.
I want you guys to stop talking about Simmons. You know,
Sims.
by not
It's
paying
the
me.
name. It's the name.
Go with
Say
Simmons
correctly.
again.
Sims.
Yeah, but these guys are talking about you, and I tell them you're a good
Don't buy
promoter.
This guy's
And
just
they said, did he
stirring
pay
shit.
you? I said, he always pays me.
So Eric, Abdullah would like to go to Rob Key's after Comac Universe.
Before Comac Universe.
Oh, before.
Oh, you're going before?
We'll go now.
okay.
Oh, very good.
We'll go now.
You are going.
Good.
We'll
Enjoy.
go now.
Wow.
Yeah.
And will you be paying the bill?
Look at the blank look.
Why are you guys
You
talking
just-
about him? Why are
it's
you
almost
talking
like, why
about
is
him?
The quiver in the lip is, guys, McDonald's.
I told you,
I
McDonald's.
can't afford it.
Wait a minute. What's that running out of the room? It's Eric's
By the way,
wallet.
Listen,
It's taking off on it's running out on its own.
Just take every piece of money I have. I'm bleeding money all weekend.
listen.
Money.
What?
They asked me about the mask. They said, Abdullah, don't wear that mask. I said, what do you mean don't wear the mask? I said, I like this guy.
He's got
You
the-
guys are talking about, why are you talking about him?
He's got the KISS logo on the S's. That's kind of cool.
That
Good
is
job,
pretty
yeah,
cool.
good job.
It's
there.
also trademark
That's
infringement, by the way.
Yeah. Hold on. It's Gene Simmons. He wants
No,
to talk
it's
to you.
Kiss. And I will be reporting you.
Thank you.
You don't have to. It's Gene on the phone
All right,
right
with
now.
that, we want.
R.I.
So if anybody doesn't know, Abdullah will be at Comac in the
The
Wrestling
Universe in
Universe.
Comac, Long Island, New York, from 5 to 8,
Yes, sir.
along with Damian Kane, DC Mad Dog Drake, and RVD, along with Katie Forbes. And then we are at the Icons of Wrestling Convention, and that is tomorrow in Philadelphia, 10 o'clock to about 2 o'clock. And then Collector's Corner, Old Bridge, New Jersey, at the Old Bridge Shop. So that's right off Route 9. If you're there in that area, come check it out. And finally, our last appearance is in Allentown, Fairview Fire Hall, Pro Wrestling World over there. And if you're in that area, check it out. We will all want to see you. Come spend your money with us. Feed me money.
All right, with that,
www.esspromotions.com.
all right, wait a minute. First of all, can I teach you something? Can I teach you something? Don't use www. Everybody in the world knows that www does not have to be needed. Just say your website. Thank you.
ESSpromotions.com.
Why
Oh
you
my
guys
God.
keep knocking him? Why?
Why?
What do you got against him?
And if you don't, I might just have to.
No.
No!
Might have to,
Eric, can you see if this fits in one of those divots?
Look at
Just-
that.
I'm
Malika!
just curious.
Well, you want to put a quarter in it? We'll put
No,
a
no,
quarter.
well,
We'll put a,
wait a minute.
We'll put a quarter.
Does
in
it play KISS? You put a quarter in, will it play
Wait,
Kiss?
you want to put a quarter in it? We'll put a quarter in. Here, I got a quarter. Here, we'll just put a quarter in. Look,
What the frig?
That's
it
cool.
doesn't. They've closed up already a little bit.
Well, I would hope so after all.
Oh wait,
these
I
years.
lost a quarter.
That's
Somebody
great.
get me a quarter.
Eric,
please.
thanks a lot. That was my one phone call. Anyway.
Anyway.
All right. There we
You've
go.
been watching Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. We want to thank the great Abdullah the Butcher to come in here very much. Great
you.
interview.
Thank you.
And have a good time with Eric Sims. Better than you than me, my friend.
You know that guy, that Eric Sims, I wanted to tell him off so bad.
I know you do.
You know what I mean? I wanted to tell him off so bad, but I got to get you guys for trying to hand me that hot sauce and that wine. That's what you wanted to pay me for coming here tonight.
Abby, in all seriousness, thank you for coming in again.
Thank you very much for
You are an
having me.
absolute legend. I
Thank
loved
you.
watching you growing up, and nothing but many more years of good health
Thank you.
and wealth. Make sure we give the wealth. We got to throw the
Check.
wealth in for Abby.
Check.
Checks in the mail. You've been watching Long Island's #1
That's
pro
great.
wrestler broadcast. Monty the Pharaoh. I'm Mike Monty.
I'm the Pharaoh, and let's hope the mailman is not crocked and can find his mailbox.
Yeah.
And until next time, which is very shortly, with the whole effing show.
All the people! This is a hell of a show. But these two guys who are running the show shouldn't be on the show. Believe me when I tell you that. These guys are maniacs. You
All
think
right.
that I'm bad?
There we are.
These guys are worse.
Yeah, there we are. Yeah. I resemble that remark. I mean, I resent that. Later.